First time I wanted bigger lips was when I watched Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie, and I just remember thinking, oh my god, she has the most amazing mouth ever. Then it kind of moved on to Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, who obviously has the perfect bee stung pout. And now Kylie Jenner has just sent everyone lip mad. So all over Instagram, all the beauty bloggers, everyone seems to have these perfectly full lips. The good news is they're actually really easy to do and you can do it at home, and I'm going to show you exactly how. These are the 6 products you're going to need to perfect your Kylie Jenner pout. The first thing that I'm going to do is use a bit of foundation over all of my lips just to mute out the colour of my natural lip, because what you want to do is obviously draw a new lip line. That's what, I mean, I'm sure you've seen Kylie Jenner talking about overdrawing her lips. All that means is you're drawing your lip line out, taking it out a bit further than it would be normally. So to do that, and to make it look as natural as possible, you just want to try and mute out your actual lip line. So I'm just going to go like this over. You don't need to worry too much about the inside part of your lips. You don't need like a ghost situation here. Just the outside. It's good. So, next is lip liner. So if you're thinking, okay, I know how to do the overdrawing, but where am I doing it? This is really important, because if you go too far out the line, you're going to look like a clown and it's going to look really bad. And trust me, I've done it 1,000 times. When I first started trying to do this, I would draw it like properly, like outside. That's wrong. You don't want to do that. You want to try and keep it still on the outer edges of your lip line so that it looks natural and not really weird. So if you look at your lips in the mirror, and you'll see where the top part of your lip starts to sort of curve back round. That's where you want to draw with your liner. So essentially it's just the top bit where there's almost like a white colour there. That's where I'm going to go. And make sure you take your time with this, because you need the lines to be as straight as possible so that it actually looks realistic. If you've got wobbly lines, just use a cotton bud, clean it up and just start again. I've had to do that a lot of times, so don't worry. Another thing, which I seem to do more often than not, is do one side of the lip larger than the other. So kind of think of it like when you're doing an eyeliner flick, which I can't do either evenly. Try and get them as even as possible. Don't stress out if one looks a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, but just try and get them so that they're kind of even. Once you're happy with the top, you can go in and do the bottom. For the bottom, I tend to not overdraw it just because I've tried before and it looks a bit strange on me. Obviously, feel free to do it if you feel comfortable doing that. But on myself, I usually just stick to the edge of my natural lip line. I don't take it over. So just do whatever you're used to doing or whatever you think suits you. So once you're happy with that, you can take the same lip liner and just fill in the rest of your lips. And all this means is, first of all, it locks the colour on. So whatever lipstick you're going to use afterwards, or liquid lipstick or whatever, it will lock the colour on and prevent fade. But also it's better to kind of fill it all in, because otherwise you have quite a harsh line in between your, lips that are now covered in foundation, your foundation lips and your liner. So just sort of shade it in. You don't need to go crazy and like cover every area, but it's good to just sort of shade in that section. So my favourite lipsticks are, at the moment, not of all time, are liquid lipsticks because they're just so much easier to use, I find anyway. And seeing as we're doing a tutorial on Kylie Jenner, I thought I'd pick one of my favourite matte liquid lipsticks. This is the best colour ever. Also, I forgot to mention earlier, try and pick a lipstick or a liquid lipstick or whatever you're using that's the same shade or a tiny bit lighter than your lip liner. So most places, like if you go into MAC, they'll have like a corresponding liner to a lipstick. It doesn't matter if it's not exactly the same like that, but just get one that's similar or at least like a shade or 2 shades off, so that there's not like a massive discrepancy between both, because then it can look a bit odd. Also, when you're doing this, just try and be careful to not go outside your lip line that you've drawn in, because obviously that's already a bit further out as it is. So if you go, like, try and keep it inside the lines, so otherwise it looks a bit messy. Okay. So the final 2 things, you don't have to do these, but these will kind of help your pout to look much more fuller, and it's kind of like a bit of a trick of the eye. So it's the same principles with highlighting your face. You want to take a highlighter and just put a little bit in the Cupid's bow up here, and that will just make your top lip look a lot fuller. You can use any highlighter, like I usually use Champagne Pop, and I'll just dip my finger in and press a little bit in. But today I've actually got a lip highlighter, which is obviously perfect. So, but it completely doesn't matter, whatever you've got, you can use it. And all you're gonna do is just outline this section here, like the Cupid's bow, and then take it a tiny bit up to the top like that. Don't go all the way up, because that is not what we're going for. Just going to use my finger to blend it out, because this one is really bright. This is actually really good, but don't use too much because it catches the light quite a lot, this one. I'm going to take this as well, just a bit around the edges, but I'm not going to draw it all the way around because that might be a bit much. If you do mess up, or if you found that you've got quite a lot of like smudges around there, get a cotton bud first, clean it up, and you can always go round the whole of the lip with a tiny fine brush dipped in some concealer. I haven't done this today because I think I've actually done quite a good job, if I do say so myself here, but it's so easy to fix. Just use a cotton bud, dip it in some makeup remover, and then go round carefully with concealer. Not one that's too light, try and choose one that's the colour of your skin tone, and it will just really clean it up. It's really helpful as well to do that if you're using a darker colour, because when you've got a dark colour, everyone knows it's really, like, you see mistakes way more if you're wearing a dark colour, so I would suggest to do that. And the final step is lip gloss. You don't have to do this. I don't do this very often just because lip gloss is a bit sticky and gets in the way, but it will help your lips look bigger because the light will reflect off the gloss. So in a similar way with the highlight. It's all about light reflection. So just take a bit of the gloss. It can be a clear gloss. I've got one that's pretty much a similar colour, but just glossy. And pat this into the middle of your lip, the centre. It's really funny because whenever I do this out of habit, I'll press it just into the centre of my lips, and then 10 seconds later I'll smack my lips together and coat my lips with the gloss. Try not to do that, but because it's like your natural reaction when you put something on your lips, you don't want the gloss to go all over your lips, just a little bit in the centre. Also, check for lipstick on your teeth, because that's probably going to happen. So yeah, actually I'll show you a tip that I've picked up along the way to stop you from getting lipstick on your teeth, because it's the worst thing and it happens to me all the time. Get one of your fingers like this and make sort of like a pout, like an O, and just drag your finger out. If you look at my finger there, you can see I've got lipstick on there. It just takes the lipstick off the inside so that it doesn't get in your teeth. I'm going to do it again because I've got quite a lot on. Go. Perfect. Yeah, that is pretty much it. So that's my take on the Kylie Jenner pout. Obviously, I've kept mine quite low-key. You can take it as far as you want, within reason. If you want to draw it out a little bit more and make your lips look bigger, I tend to keep mine like this. Like during the day, it's not as extreme. But we would love to see all of your Kylie pouts. So please upload pictures to Instagram and hashtag us so we can have a look on Beauty Advisor. And there's going to be way more tutorials to come. If you want to see any more makeup tutorials from the Kardashians, whatever you want, any celebrities, post in the comments below. We will have a read, we will take it on board, and we will make some how-to videos. Thank you, bye.